Hey there, and welcome to yet another exciting video of Joanne and Math. Math 22 to be specific. This is U 421, the cosine law of finding the missing angle in this video includes count them, two tricky questions. They're not really tricky. It's just some things that'll save you time. Okay. So first of all, you get a side triangle and you're asked to solve it. So remember, when you're asked to solve something, you need to find all the missing angles. Okay. So if you remember back to the sine law, there was that slight issue that when it was an obtuse angle, if it was big, then you had to do the adjustment. Hopefully you remember that, because you know what? In the section on the sine law, there is no adjusting. So my suggestion is always find the biggest one first and use a cosine law. And then you can use a sine law for the other two, or you can use the cosine law 3 times. But if you've watched my previous 2 videos, you'll know that me and the cosine law are not really good friends yet. So I'm probably going to use the cosine law once, and then I'll use the sine law the other 2 times, and I'll explain to you why I do it 2 more times, because there is a cheap and easy option. Okay. Anyway, so here's our triangle, and I've got sides that are 8 and 7 and 6. And if I go this label, and this is little c, and this is little b, whoopsies, lowercase b. Okay, I know that angle A is going to be the biggest one, right? Because this is the biggest side. So let's start there. So hold on, move my camera. There we go. So cos A is equal to minus A squared. Remember, that's how I set these up. You're going to have a formula sheet. You can always rewrite the formulas. It'll be easy to adjust, but because I'm trying to memorize this stuff, this A matches that. And then I just use my other letters. B squared plus C squared. Well, what if I want to put C squared plus B squared? Live it up, right? You're adding stuff. Order doesn't matter. 2BC. So that matches that. BC, we should be good. Let's throw in some numbers. Cos A is equal to, all right. So B squared is 6 squared plus C squared is 7 squared minus A squared, which is 8 squared, minus 2 times B, which is 6, times C, which is 7. Now, I don't know if you notice it, but I always go back on this bottom line and go back to my diagram, because then I can do, there's a 6, there's a 7. Yeah, I know that I don't mess up my numbers. I am what's called a paranoid mathematician. I don't want to, I got enough problems going on. I don't want to make more. All right, so let's see. See if my calculator and I are going to get along here. Wish me luck. All right, on 6 squared plus 7 squared minus 8 squared equals, divide by bracket, 2 times 6 times 7, close my bracket. Say a short math prayer, please. Let it work. Ooh, 0.25. All right, so 0.25, and then I'm going to do shift and cos and equals. So angle A is equal to 75.5. Angle A is 76 degrees. And I know I didn't put anything in the question about how to round. It's okay. So now I have this, and I have a matchy pair. So now I can go A over sine A, and I'll do B just to get it done. B over sine B. If you want to do C first, live it up. It's fine. A is 8 over sine of sine 76 is equal to B, which is 6 over sine B. That's what I'm looking for. All right, cross multiply. 8 sine B is equal to 6 sine 76 divided by 8, divided by 8. Sine B is equal to 6 sine 76 over 8. Oh, I didn't really need to rewrite that. Oopsies. That's okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move the paper. So 6 sine 76 divided by 8. Oh, that was working before, but that can't be right. 6 sine 76. I'm just going to hit my equal sign. Oh. Oh, it was right. I'm just having a brain fart. Sine B. That's not my angle. That's the cosine of my angle, 0.7277. And now I go shift and sine. Oh, that's so much better. So angle B is 46.69. Angle B is equal to 47 degrees. Okay. Where am I going to do it? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do sine C, and I'll explain to you the logic behind it when I'm done. So we're going to do side C now, find angle C. Move that up. So A over sine A is equal to C over sine C. Oh, I got to move that so I can see. A was 8 over sine 76 is equal to C, which is 7 over sine C. Cross multiply, 8 sine C, 7 sine 76, divided by 8, divided by 8. Sine C is equal to, I don't need to rewrite that. I remember that from last time. All right, 7 sine 76 divided by 8. Boom. 0.8490 second sine, and angle C is 58 degrees. Okay, so I'm writing an exam. I'm worried about time. I'm not going to do what I just did. I would do 1, 2, subtract to get the third. Okay, because I want to make sure I have enough time to get my exam done. So what I want to do now is I'm going to do a check. So if I take angle A, which is 76, plus angle B, which is 47, plus angle C, which is 58. Let's just add that up. Should be 180. 76 plus 47. Whoops, try that again. 76 plus 47 plus 58. 181 degrees. Oh no, we screwed up. No, we didn't. If we take a quick look, this was 75.5 and we rounded up. And this was 46.6 and we rounded up. So yeah, I actually was expecting it to be slightly over. So I think my work is good. If in some weird parallel universe where my job depended on getting this right, absolutely positively right, I truthfully would have used the cosine law 3 times because I know all of these numbers and this was a rounding. So every time I used the 76 over here and the 76 down there, it was off by a little bit. I'm just saying. So if I'm doing this on a test, I'm going to go 2, and then I'd go 180 degrees minus 76 minus 47. 180 minus 76 minus 47, and I'd get 57 degrees. So that's what I would do on a test. And then because I had studied hard and worked hard, I'd be done early. I would come back and I would probably do this, excuse me, to make sure I had it all done. Oh, wait, there's two questions. So that was the first one. So the first tricky one is do the biggest side, biggest angle with your cosine law, and then use sine for the other ones because there can only be one obtuse triangle in this. And if you do that one first, then your sine laws are always going to be just straightforward, no adjusting. Okay, now this is one of my favorite ones, and it's usually a bonus question on a test, and I call it the sassy A question. Never mind, you can figure it out, you're smart. Okay, side angle side. So here's the question, find angle B. And if you look at angle B, you go, I got nothing. Because my world, first of all, I'm looking for a matching pair. I have one side, sorry, I got an angle, but I don't have the match. So I can't use sine law. I've got this, but I don't have that angle. So it's got to be the cosine law. But if I try and do angle B right away, let me see how I'm going to show you that. I'll put it over here. I know I'm going to have to do something over here. So I'm going to start here. So sorry. I know if you're doing this question, you'd probably start here, but let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm finding angle B, so it's minus B squared. This is, oops, let's put C. There's A, and this is B, is A squared plus C squared over 2AC. Do I know A? I do not know A. So I can't use this formula. Why is she giving us such a ridiculous question? Well, sometimes you don't get to go directly where you want to be. Sometimes you have to do some work first. And in this case, the only thing we can do is we have a side angle, side angle, side. So we can figure out this first. Once we've got that, then maybe we can just do sine law. I don't know. But this is the only thing we can calculate in this picture. So let's do that. Because if you got nothing else, you got nothing in the question, you don't know what. Do anything else, do something. Don't just leave it blank. So let's find A. I'm going to go over here. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2AB cos C. This is fun. I'm redoing some of the videos and I got to skip all of these. So I haven't done this in forever. So A squared is, I don't know, is equal to B squared. So it's 5 squared plus C is 7 squared minus 2 times 5 times 7. Whoops. I hope some of you were yelling at me. I didn't hear you. I hope you were yelling at me. I guess I should pay attention to my formula. A squared at the front, cos A at the back, a B and a C and a B and a C. Cos A. Whoops. I know what angle A is. 49 degrees. All right. Now, we're going to see how magical my calculator is. Because sometimes this just all works all at once. And sometimes I have to pause the video and play around to figure out exactly how this specific calculator does it. So let's try 5 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 5 times 7 cos 49. Hey, that was pretty cool. Everything worked. All right. So A is equal to 28 0.075. Okay, I'm going to give you the technical quirk. I am truncating that number. I don't care about rounding because I'm not actually using the value. I'm just sort of having it as a placeholder. So we do square root, square root. In other words, I'm leaving this in my calculator. So second square root equals 5.29. So A is equal to 5 point, oh, hold on. Well, let's go with 5. There we go. Because I'm looking here, and those are whole numbers. So I guess it's 5. And there's no units. Okay, so that's 5. And now, dun, 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 I have a matching pair. So I have a matching pair. I'm still trying to find angle B. Sorry. A. I'm thinking something in my head, and I'll share with you in a moment. So A is 5 over sine. A is 49 degrees is equal to B, which is 5 over sine B. Okay. Yeah, we're going to solve the equation. I'm not changing the rules. 5 sine B is equal to 5 sine 49 degrees. And if you're starting to object, hold on. I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing, but I'm going to do the math anyway, and then we'll go, oh yeah, I guess so. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So sine B is equal to sine 49. Cancel, cancel. Okay. If we take the sine of both sides, or shift angle B, right? It's the exact same thing on both sides of the equation. Truthfully, way up here, 5 sine 49. The only way to make that work is sine 49 down there. Now, I'm not 100% sure what's in the answer key. It might be 49 degrees. It might be slightly simpler if I carried 2 more numbers down there. So I really did know as soon as this one turned out to be 5, that this one had to be 49 degrees, because if this side is 5 and this side is 5, oh, hold on. It'd help if you could see. If this side is 5 and this side is 5, then those two angles need to be the same. So it did work out to be 49 degrees. And apparently I thought I would need that, but I was completely wrong. Hey, sometimes math is pretty sassy. Have a lovely day, and thank you for joining me for this cool video. Math is fun.